Until recently, I had never placed a great deal of importance on learning or speaking Spanish. Growing up, my parents would speak only English to me and my siblings, and I had what I guess you'd call more of an American taste for entertainment. To me, mariachi music was boring, and telenovelas were too cheesy. So why would I need to learn Spanish? I first had the formal opportunity to learn Spanish when, at the age of 6, my parents sent me to live for a year in the place where most of my family has its roots, Aguascalientes, Mexico. Even then, learning Spanish was more of a necessity. Looking back now, I'm jealous of how effortless it was for me to learn everything. And while I came back to the States speaking nothing but Spanish, soon after I had forgotten almost everything. I had neglected the language of my heritage by not motivating myself to practice. Even when I had the opportunity to take classes in school, I opted instead to learn German and French, convinced that I knew as much Spanish as was necessary in my daily life. Later on, my parents would use more Spanglish around us. They would try to communicate how important it was to them that we not completely assimilate and lose all aspects of our Mexican culture. I had been raised to be proud of the fact that I came from Mexico, to be glad I came from a country known for its passionate people, emphasis on the importance of family, and, of course, its amazing food. I was and am extremely proud of this, but at that point I had lost all confidence in my Spanish-speaking ability, and I was not willing to try. It was only around the end of high school, through speaking with family and others who only knew Spanish, that I realized this was wrong. An invisible barrier and a deep feeling of embarrassment would rise when I tried to communicate through my clumsy Spanglish. So, beginning in college, faced with my future, I fully realized what learning Spanish would mean to me, and they are the same aspirations that I keep in mind today. Learning Spanish is the best way to stay connected to the Mexican culture, a culture I love dearly. Through Spanish, I could become closer to my family, and I could show them that their heritage would not be lost in future generations. And not to mention, being able to communicate with millions of Spanish-speaking people around the world. Thank you.